Good morning.
Hey, Seattle.
As always, it's your girls, Jasmine and Shantae.
Welcome to another Thursday morning and another episode of The Way with Jazz and Tay.
We'll be bringing you lots of laughs and class to get you ready for the day and the weekend ahead.
Will it be the way or not the way? Find out and join the conversation.
Welcome back to The Way with Jazz and Tay. Before the break, we introed our guest Abdul as well as played a fun icebreaker of Name That Tune. He did very average.
Wow. That's what I'm shooting for.
Says
the one.
I know. Hey, he did average because he didn't beat anyone and he also didn't lose. If I was talking about me, I would have said I did terrible because that's just honest.
If you did better than me, that would have hurt my feelings. But
See? Right.
Yeah.
So he did averagely very well. How does that sound?
Originally very.
I'll take it.
Well, now we're going to go ahead and get into our interview with Abdul before we get into too much of the hot and heavy, because we do still want to let the people know who you are, what you do, and what you're about. I first met you through Cut.
Mm-hmm.
It was a lineup. I was matching your Bumble profile to you as well as a bunch of other guys.
Right.
So that was my first, introduction to you, which is funny because I don't think I had a very good. I thought you were a little bit of like a player, a little a playboy.
Yes. You did give me some crap.
I did.
I caught myself there.
That's clean. Go ahead.
But it just basically that was just the tip of the iceberg. Like you're really kind of all in and throughout the creative field and do all kinds of stuff. So before we get too far away from Cut and into that, how did you get involved in Cut in the first place?
I have a couple of friends that work there.
Okay.
And I do a lot of production science. And when you met me, I was still doing engineering, but trying to get more into production at the time. And I had filmed behind the camera for them a couple of times.
Okay.
I hit it off with Kat, who's one of the producers there.
Mm-hmm.
She asked me if I wanted to do the Keep It 100. Thought it was funny, and they asked me to be in the Bumble one.
The rest is history.
The rest is history.
Yeah,
Been in
because
a few
I was gonna say you did a truth or drink, which also didn't further make you sound very good.
There is a whole part of the internet that thinks I'm just this real douche.
Yeah.
Guy. Understandable.
Hey, it's funny. I've got a group myself. I'm sure.
I've seen the video you did.
I've got a few myself. Okay, so outside of Cut, we see you're a producer. You manage a local music artist, as well as you're a part of Harvest House, or what is Harvest House?
Harvest House is a media production, music management, event activation company, and we just kind of do everything. In a way, it's a place for me and my business partner Jordan to put our money in a tax-safe place, because we've been doing this stuff for the longest time, and we didn't really have an LLC to do all this work under. Now we're able to do that.
It's a little nugget.
Yeah. So we have done a lot of stuff as Harvest House, and just a community organizing.
Okay.
That's what we'll call it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And we just, I think might be a breaking announcement. We just signed a new artist, Talea.
What?
Yes, she's
breaking.
officially
Hello, louder. Say that one more time.
Talea is officially part of Harvest House.
Hey.
Well, actually, the paperwork is not signed, so I might be messing this up. But
I'll edit that out in post. Just kidding.
We talked to her, and things are good. So
that's dope. Well, congrats. Yeah, that's
Thank you.
exciting.
Thank you.
So you guys are expanding as well. Yeah, that's a good thing.
Thank you.
Okay, so you were talking about how you were once an engineer and you were trying to get more into producing or production.
Yeah.
What's that? What's that look like? And how?
I've been doing film production since 2014, seriously, but been dabbling since 2009. So it's been a while, and engineering has always been the safe route. I'm a first-generation student, and there's this whole pressure we didn't sacrifice all this to have you make stupid YouTube videos. And
I see that.
So as I was studying engineering and doing engineering, I kind of dabbled in that area, but I got laid off last August. And while I was looking for a job, Dad, if you're listening, I was looking for a job. I actually wasn't really looking for a job. I just started to take film production a bit more serious and would pitch for bigger projects, and was able to get a lot of work coming in. And I think now I'm officially a filmmaker.
I mean, I've seen you've been busy.
Yeah.
I feel like you're being a little bit humble right now because I've seen some of the stuff that you post. Like you're working with like Seahawks players, like actual like not even just like, oh, I'm making a video and I've got some Seahawks. No, these are like top notch, like quality
Not
videos.
the practice squad.
Not
That I've seen, like-
First string.
right? These are actual starters, okay? Like they get playtime.
Yeah, right.
Thank you.
Water boy. He's
got a
job too.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no, that's incredible because like what you were saying is, you kind of slowly transit. Like, how did that? What did you expect something like that to happen, or what were you thinking? Like, oh, small steps, or like, because this is pretty. I think that's a big deal.
Thank you. I wasn't expecting it to happen this quickly. I
Yeah.
honestly am. I was talking to a friend of mine recently, and I had a financial goal that I had set for myself at the end of 2022. And when I got laid off, I'm like, no, I'm never going to reach this one. But just like 3 weeks ago, I met that financial goal a year and a half early because of all the
What?
work that has been coming in.
Sir,
So
okay.
this is all still very, very new to me. And
So can you credit any of that to COVID and like having all that time, like to be able to kind of push and perfect that?
I would say COVID, and in a weird way, the awareness of how important Black lives and Black representation is in media. The thing that pushed me over the edge was I worked with this company named Wonder Camp, and we produced a documentary with a fellow filmmaker. His name is Justin. We went down to Texas to film something called a documentary called Slim Pickens for the Outbound and Hoka, and that video came out really, really good. A fundraiser happened right after that one, and we were able to raise enough money for the company, for that person, Jamaica, to buy the shop that we were making.
Oh
film
my
about.
gosh, I saw that. I did see that.
Yeah.
And so that video helped bring traction to that cause?
That video changed my life,
Oh.
really. So thank you, Tim Davis and Greg, the
That
three
is-
people from Wonder Camp.
That's
I
incredible.
owe everything to y'all.
That's
And
awesome.
Since then, I haven't been pushing for work as much. Work has kind of been coming to me, and they've been able to see the work that I've done. And
Hold on, hair flip real quick. Work's just been kind of falling in my lap. I haven't really had to go looking for it because I'm just that good.
it's so much
in
easier to
different words.
negotiate when they want you.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
it's been
You
great.
can say like, okay, well, you want me? This is my
This
number.
is my
So meet me there or
Yes.
bye. No, I'm just kidding.
have my day rate on my website. You already know it. Before we're negotiating, they already
Yeah.
know what I'm asking for. So
Well, that's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
That is really cool. So, like, does your dad know about this? Like, and are they behind you on that?
yes,
Awesome.
I showed my dad the last check that I got for a thing that I did, and all the crap that he's been giving me for the last couple years for not applying for jobs and not looking for stuff went out the window.
I love it.
I think he's very happy.
He sees your vision.
He sees the vision.
Yes.
He sees the dollars, and he's like, all right. Because he's, like I said, he's a first-generation immigrant into the country, and so much has been sacrificed to bring me to this
Yeah.
point that he feels, as much as he is happy that I am happy, he also wants the next generation not to have to struggle like he
Understood.
did. So
Of course.
money
Yeah.
is a big thing on his mind, which has made it a bit hard to navigate the space, but thankfully I'm at a point that it's-
Doesn't matter anymore.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
Right. Like, I'm good, Dad.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Don't worry
okay?
about it,
Don't,
then.
right. Don't worry. Tay, you want to take the next one? She wasn't ready. She wasn't
I really
ready.
wasn't. You guys are having a really great conversation. I was just gonna let it flow. Wearing as many hats as you do, how do you balance all of it and stay on top of everything?
Important thing is to have a business partner that helps with it. As much as I just said, I love Tim, Greg, and Davis. I love my business partner, Jordan Butler. He's the other part of Harvest House, and it's incredible to have somebody that you trust as much as that one. That there was a whole video project that we got. It wasn't paying the best, but it was a great connection that we could have made. So the stakes were low, but we needed somebody to do it. But I was out of the state filming something else, and I was able to just say, Jordan, can you take care of this? Knowing that he has access to everything that I have, and he knows everybody that I know, and I didn't really have to think about it or worry about it too much. And he's just, I'm not sure if y'all know Jordan at all.
I don't know.
If you don't know him, you should definitely tap in with him. Just some cool suave guy. He's been in a couple Cup videos too. So
I'm gonna add him. Oh, I probably if I see him, I definitely probably would recognize him.
Yeah, and having that business partner helps a lot because he has all of my account information if I need him to send an email.
Gotcha. Yeah.
He's
I mean,
got it.
you're only one person.
Yeah.
That's one thing Shantae and I 100% can testify to is like definitely don't think either of us would be able to do this by ourselves.
Right.
It's rough. It's really hard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So what's been the biggest challenge for you in these endeavors? Like what's been the biggest thing you've had to overcome and then the biggest reward? Outside of financial. I want to know outside of financial.
Okay. By the way, I'm not rich. Please.
No, right?
If anybody's listening to this, I am not rich. I'm just surviving. I live in Seattle, so all of my money is going to rent and parking.
And parking.
I think a big challenge that I kind of relates to mental health is knowing when to give myself time off. Going from my engineering job, it was a 9 to 5. As soon as I clocked off, I had my own time. I had my own free time. Now, I'm constantly on. I'm constantly available. My screen time has gone up like 200% since I started doing this because I constantly have to be responding to emails and putting out fires here and there. So trying to find that balance and be comfortable with taking a me day and not doing anything.
And feeling okay with it at the same time, Because
every time I put my phone down for an hour, I come back to like 20 emails. And
right, and you're just like,
Yeah, and it's a little overwhelming. Yeah. So trying to find that balance and trying to set those boundaries of it's Sunday, the game is on, I am not available.
Right,
I won't pick
DND.
Up this call. Yeah. So, yeah.
Okay.
That's my biggest challenge.
And then what about your biggest reward?
I think being tapped in with the community again. I'm a big community person. I grew up in Kenya, specifically Mombasa, where literally everybody is my cousin. If anybody is from Mombasa and you're listening, hey cousin. And just growing up around that and I came to Seattle when I was 13, and it was just me, my dad, and I had 2 aunties and uncles over here, and I had to start completely fresh. And it's always been a struggle to build that community again, to feel like I feel safe, but there's a different feeling of knowing that I can walk down the street and see somebody I know. And there's always something happening that I can go to and feel comfortable. And ever since I left engineering and was able to fully involve myself in the community and work with my friends, it's been great to be able to spend time with them, make money together, make good memories, and
Okay. Before
That's a great answer.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, because that's huge. I'm learning. Even just, I had a conversation with some people yesterday about how important having community is, even outside of family, and having that kind of like support system and just that network.
Yeah.
I think there's a couple of parts to that too, because I feel like I was once in your shoes too. I got in the business and radio, and I was like, oh man, this is the thing I really want to do. I was still working a part-time job also, so I was balancing the both of that.
Right.
Then I finally got like the career job is producing down here, and I'm like, boom, solid. So then you get settled in that career, solid, and then you're looking for like the love or interest, and then mine did fall at the time, and then I had twins. So then we went that direction. So I'm like trying to balance all of that.
Right.
And then, things have then pushed a little bit further to now the second. Like now I've done this for 20 years. So I'm still loving it, obviously, but I am looking in maybe another little direction too.
Right.
So it does happen. And you're young. I think you're setting a good example too.
Yeah.
Thank you. I
Yep.
appreciate that.
So this next question, I kind of like threw in there just to kind of like fill, but it actually, I feel like it's kind of fitting with what you've talked about in your journey. So like, how have your goals changed throughout the years? Specifically the last like 5 to 10 years, and then what do you see in the next 5 to 10 years?
In the last 5 years ago, I was still in college. I was very broke at that time and counting a lot of money, counting every single dollar that I had, and being able to be comfortable, be in a position where I'm comfortable enough not to have that be the first thing that I'm thinking about has been really, really good, because I grew up poor and I took a bit longer to get my degree. So the same people I was going to high school with, that I went to a semi-private high school, so I just went with a bunch of rich white people, and they were already rich to begin with, seeing them graduate and starting to make these engineering, computer science salaries while I was still working. Literally, my thought was, I want to graduate, make $60,000 a year, play video games, and I'll be set. That's all. That was my to-do list after I graduated. And now I think a lot about this is going to sound pretentious.
No,
but
go
the
ahead. Hey.
legacy that I leave behind. Like sometimes I take a step back and look at the work that I produced. And it's great to know that my kids and my kids' kids can see this. And even the kind of cringy cut videos that I've done.
Right.
It would be, it's great to have that there forever. So
Yeah.
like long after I'm gone, if I'm curious about what my grandfather and my grandmother were like when they were young.
You don't have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's good to know that my kids have all that, and just to be it's nice to be liked. I'm a Pisces, so I'm a people pleaser. And I enjoy being able to work with the community.
Yeah.
Just, I want
That's
people
not
to mess with me.
pretentious.
Yeah.
That's not pretentious at all. Right. I'm like, I can't wait till I have kids and be like, look, this was
Look.
your mom on the internet talking about things that nobody needs to know about. Okay. No, absolutely. Okay, really quickly before we jump into our break, are there any upcoming events or projects that you're working on that you want us to know about?
Well, actually, straight from here, we're going to film a music video at the Southgate roller rink.
I know, I saw that,
Yes.
and I was like, oh, if I didn't have to work, because I would love to just be in the background rolling around.
It's free. We got free snacks,
I
free
saw that.
skates. If anybody that is listening wants to.
Coming down with a little something right now, John?
I know.
Oh, yeah.
Don't think I'm making it to work today.
I hope nobody from work is listening.
All right.
We have that happening from 1 to 4 at Southgate roller rink. We do have a couple of things that I'm not sure how much I can talk about right now.
That's fine. That's why I was like, anything that you can talk about.
Yeah, we have some things that we're working on with Gayaki specifically, Yerba Mate,
Ooh.
centered around like event stuff. Once everything opens up on June 30th, so
Okay.
I'd say stay tuned for that.
No, definitely.
Yeah.
We're watching. We're going to be watching for sure. All right. Well, you guys, stay tuned. We're going to jump into another quick 2 to 3 minute break. You are listening to The Way with Jazz and Tay.